Greetings everyone and welcome back to another draft of Dominaria United. It's a traditional draft with sideboards and there's a nice mythic rare. 7 mana though, so look at the top 7 cards. Any non-saga permanent card to your hand and this of course has the read ahead mode, so you can skip to whatever chapter you want to when you play this thing. So of course in limited you won't get something like a, Emrakul or stuff like that, not in this format. So what is this gonna get you? 2 cards and then you can put them to the battlefield without paying for them. So, and of course you can put anything, it doesn't have to be one of those 2 you picked. I think I'll take it just to test it. I think the Vohar is really decent and the Balduvian Berserker are really good ones too. And the commons, the commons are not worth picking. I think it is one of these 2 uncommons or the rare, and I want to try this in practice to make it, try to make it work. Of course, when you start the draft with this thing, and assuming green will be open enough that I can actually play this card in the final deck, I can, pick a little bit more cards that are going to be very good with this. So things that can cost a lot, but then again, you can't really pick too many of them. But it might be a tiebreaker in some decisions when I already know I have the world spell in my deck. Alright, so the Hydromancer is decent. You want to play it for 7, of course. But as a backup, it's a 3 mana 3/2, not totally embarrassing. This is another blue-green card. Well, this is mono green with blue kicker, but basically you want to play this only in decks that can pay the blue as well. So that's decent. This would be a domain card. Fire Action Rager is of course going to be decent as well, but I'll try this Nile here and let's maybe see if I can do some kind of domain business here. Okay, well there is effectively a blue-green card in here as well. The Vine Shaper Prodigy is quite decent. You can always play it for 2 mana to have a curve filler there, and then of course you want to be able to cast this for 4, because 4 mana for a 2/2 and an extra card with selection is a bit expensive given that the creature is quite small, but it's still worth the 4 mana. I'm pretty sure about that. Now there is also an Extinguished Light, but it's a double black card, so even if I play like a domain deck, which might not be the case, but even if I do, it's not gonna be easy to play the double black card unless I'm like green-black domain deck splashing for the other colors. So I think I'll take the Prodigy given that I already took a blue card here. So let's go with this. And I have only 1 card that cares about domain, which is this thing, and this is still it's playable even without any, if your domain is actually 2, which in most limited decks you have only 2 different basic land types. You still have a 4 mana 2/4 flyer, and then you get some selection with your draws, even though you don't get to draw any extra cards with that. Now, how about this one? Tribute to Ubok. Now, if I would go for the domain stuff, this is gonna be a splashable card, but I don't want to commit to that quite yet. I don't know. Oh, this is actually better. I mistook this for some other uncommon, but yeah, this is a removal spell when you have access to black. So I'm going to take this, and even without black, you can use it as an artifact or enchantment removal, which is not. I don't think they are a big theme in this deck, but of course there are always some artifacts and artifact creatures and enchantments you might want to be able to get rid of. So I'm of course trying to get a way to pay the black kicker cost when I have this in my deck. Alright, so spawn of what's this? Turg. I kinda could maybe avoid the blue if it's not open enough. Take just this guy and see if the black green archetype can be nice. Number of land cards in your graveyard you get to mill. I don't really know. I'm almost tempted to just take the Haunted Mire here. Actually, I'm taking that because it works with the Terras under, and I can try to be blue-green, maybe splashing the black there. Phyrexian Espionage, it's okay. This helps with domain. But again, I don't have really a domain theme yet, but I might. So Tangled Islet would be one too. I mean, I might also be splashing blue. I haven't got any other blue than the Nile and the Prodigy here, so I could just take a few ways to pay blue costs. I think the Espionage and the Illusionist are playable, but I'm going to take the land now and see where this draft is actually going. So now, do I see anything crazy good? There are a couple of good blue-red cards specifically. Both these, you know, reward playing instant and sorceries. But I'm not there with the picks I have made. So this is a very decent domain payoff now, and even with just 2 basic land types, it's okay. So do I want to have another islet, or should I just take the root walla here? This islet would actually help me play these blue things. But I think I want to have a 2-drop here now, so I'm going to take this and maybe have some kind of a domain thing. And I got this thing back from the pick 1, I think. Yep, because no, this is pick 8. No, I haven't seen this pack yet. So this is there's just 2 copies of these going around. All right, so both are 3 mana 3/2s with you know, different kind of payoffs. This always does something. This sometimes does nothing. But then when you get to do the 7 mana thing, it's great. So I'm gonna take the higher payoff. And all right, well, a rather simple pick here. If I'm gonna do the domain thing, I should take the beachfront, especially if I'm like blue-green a domain deck. Then I want my off-color duals produce either blue or green, so I don't actually have to mess up my mana base by doing the domain thing. So it's best to get those lands. Okay, Joda's Codex is pretty decent in the domain deck, so I'm going to actually try to do the domain thing, given that I get past these things quite late here. Another root walla, I mean, decent 2-drop regardless, and then even better in domain deck. I don't think I'm gonna have too many instant and sorceries in this deck. I have exactly 1 right now, so I think I'll take the enlist thing, a 3-drop, ward 3, it's fine. Okay, you can take this. It's a defensive 4-drop, then you can start attacking with it. This is actually top 5, and then if you have to reveal a land if you can. If you don't, you get to still draw a card. So this could be interesting as well. Alright, how about this herd migration? So you can, well, for 7 mana you get a bunch of 3/3s obviously, and then for 2 mana you can get a basic land card. Yeah, so this is not a card with a basic land type, so you can only get a basic land. It's going to be worse because than the, of course, the other way to word this thing, because I would like to get the dual lands. I don't plan on having, you know, basic lands that don't produce blue or green necessarily in this deck, but it's still, you can get the forest or island, gain 3 life. I already have the 7 mana thing here, basically, for which I do want to have 7 mana available. Let's see quickly the other options here. There's actually there's Battle Hymn, which is splashable, Tribute to Ubok, some lands. I guess I'll just take the herd migration. Let's see where it goes. Okay, Leaf Crowned Visionary. I think this is not really a limited card. Don't know how many elves are in this format. I have, well, actually 3 out of my 7 creatures are elves, so cast an elf spell you may pay. So, but problem is this is double green 1/1. Without any elves, this is just a horrible unplayable card. If you get to draw 1 card out of it, it's like okay, it's still not great. So I think you would need to draw 2 cards out of this. The +1/+1 palm perfect. Don't know how good that's gonna be. So maybe if I'm gonna do the domain thing, I'll just take the Battle Hymn here. It's totally splashable card. I'm assuming to have access to red mana if I do the domain thing, and I don't need more than like 3 ways to get red to make this worth playing. It's a fairly weak pack for considering my other picks. So let's take that here. Okay, Battlewing Mystic. That's a decent one. I'll just quickly check if there's any contents, and I think it's gonna be this. So all you have to care about this card is that it is a 2 mana 2/1 flyer, not even a double caster, so it's very, efficient even without the kicker. And then sometimes, I'm not sure if this deck is gonna be the ideal, because you have to discard your hand before drawing 2, but still it's definitely a pure upside to be able to kick this thing. I'm gonna take this for curve reasons no matter what, because I think I will try to be blue-green deck, then try to get the domain synergies that I have here a few of already. I'll try to make that happen somehow. Okay, I'm definitely interested in this blue, green, and no, blue-red and green-red duals, because I want to be able to splash the battle hymn. I don't really know which of those should be picked here. I guess I'll take, don't know, the ridgeline. There's also this, which is, you know, pretty darn good, but at this point I need to make my mana work. Becomes tapped. It works great with domain and end list, but I think I'll still take the land here because I also have a decent amount of playables here, and I want to make sure that if I'm going to play the domain deck, my mana will work. Alright, Frost Fist Strider, amazing card. Just amazing card, so it's easy pick here. Not really any need to. I mean, there's also the Radiant Grove, but there's no way I'm gonna pass this. Great blue uncommon. Draw a card. Creature planes. But it is a. Yeah, it is a removal spell, but not really very reliable. You don't. It's hard to say how much damage can you deal with this normally. So I'm not taking that, even though I'm thinking about splashing for a red. But I'll take the Talas Lookout. This is just great. So, I mean, there's no question about it. And now I could take. Oh, there is another Talas Lookout. So I kind of no, on the edge. Should I do the domain thing or not? Because I could just be blue-green. But I have some domain pay up, so it's kinda awkward to not do it. I really would want to just take the Radiant Grove here for the domain payouts, but Talas Lookout is really decent. But I guess I can get other 4 mana cards, so I'm gonna take the land now. It is a green and white, so it's basically free in the sense, and that I don't have to mess my mana base. It basically replaces a forest in the deck, and here I can still take a Talas Lookout. I think I'm gonna take it now. I'm not taking another Grove here, so let's take a Lookout now. Interesting that the card is going so late. Alright, so Molten Tributor. I want to have the blue-red card here. This wouldn't be a bad defensive card, but definitely allowing me to splash the red is a top priority here. So let's take all the blue-red and green-red lands that I can see. Alright, so anything here worth considering? Not really worth splashing any of that, so Fire and Arrow is the pick, but I'm not sure if it's gonna go into my main deck. Here I can just take another defensive 4-drop. A defensive 4-drop that can eventually also start attacking. Assuming I stabilize. Don't know if I'm gonna play the root. Or whatever the thing that was. I don't think so. So here is cards I won't be playing, I guess. One more from the second pack of the draft. Strike Team isn't gonna be for this deck. Alright, Threats Undetected. Not really amazing. And I actually forgot about this card. How many? I guess if I put some of these 5 mana cards, it's gonna be great. This is a non-saga permanent card. Yeah, I'll have a few 4 and 5 mana cards. If you get to put 2 of those on the battlefield without paying for them, that's already quite nice. So, Linebreaker Ballot is good. Oh, there's a Lightning Strike which I could just splash and hope to get the Ridgeline back when the pack returns to me. This actually has multiple good cards for me. I like the Bailout, I like the Bite Down. I could play a Espionage. But since I have already a bunch of... No, actually I don't have that many red producing lands, but I will hopefully find more. I'm gonna take the Efficient Removal spell to buy me time. Okay, the Green Widow has to be the pick, right? Because even if it doesn't say the word domain, it is a 3 mana 4/3 with reach and trample. And then of course in this deck I will have it another use out of the card. So basically this can be even just 3 mana to return, but I mean even if it's 5 mana to return with 3 different land types on the battlefield, it's pretty good value. So let's take this thing. Anything else? Well, I hope I can get something like a Tangled Islet maybe back. Alright, Vodalian Mindslinger. So this is the thing that I can actually doubly kick if I want to. Gain control of target creature with powers for as long. Well, of course, the problem with this, for as long as you control this thing, is that the opponent can reset. But you at least get some tempo. You steal a creature for a little while, and this is definitely great when the opponent. I mean, you can have basically a 7 mana 6/6 that takes their biggest creature unless it's really big, and then you can just win the game if they can't deal with this guy right away. So great pick here. Joint Exploration is quite interesting, but let's see first. I am at 22 non-land cards, but there are some I don't want to necessarily play in the main deck. So should I take this thing? The Sentry is decent defensive card, but I guess it's better than I like it more than the 2/5 here. But I do like this card somehow. Cry 2, draw 2. I guess I'll take this. It's a tough one, I guess. Here I could take a bite down and just a counter spell, Soaring Drake. Sadly, lands are taken. Someone else is taking the dual lands. I actually would have preferred some of that still. I guess I'll take a bite down. I have 14 creatures, so bite down should be good enough. Removal. Okay, this is a Merfolk thing. Okay, Merfolk Lord. Don't think I need it for anything. I could take the Tribute to Obok, but I don't have that many ways to pay black, so I'm gonna just take the Tangled Islet here. Now, most of my cards will enter, a lot of my lands will enter tapped, but it's the price I'm gonna pay. Okay, let's take another Battlewing Mystic. Yavimaya Coast, well that doesn't actually have the land types, but it's still pretty decent in casting my green and a double blue cards, for instance. So I could take the Sojourner, which is going to be okay too, but I mean this land is... I'm gonna take the land here just to make my mana even better. And apparently I get these... I mean a lot of options still here, but I think the Haunted Mire is it. I still have the Terras on there, for which I do want to have access to black mana. So I'm gonna take the Haunted Mire here, because it's just going to work. I'm going to make my deck work better. So sure, I don't need Tangled Island. I have enough blue and green sources, but I can take the Radiant Groves to have some planes in the deck without... I don't need white mana for anything, but I care about having a planes in my on the battlefield. So that's 25 cards. So should I take the land still? I mean, that's a lot of tapped lands, but I guess I don't need a third of these Crushers. I think I have 2 of them. Yeah, 2 is enough. And here, okay, okay, there are 2. Do I want to have the 5-drop or the 4-drop? This has reach. This has Vigilance and Trample. I guess I'll take the 5-drop. I try that. The Vigilance is a big thing there. Whatever. Okay, interesting draft. Right, so I actually have out of my picks in the draft only 3 in the sideboard, and even out of these cards I could see playing the Fire number 2, but I'm actually not doing that, so I'm gonna leave that on the sideboard right away. Let's cut all the lands for now. I don't know, I will figure out them in the end, of course. I don't need an Impulse. I don't, mostly because I need to cut down to 23 cards in here, and Impulse is, playable, but it's also very easy to cut. And then I don't think I need the mana worker. Now this does give me mana for my off-color spells and kicker costs, but I don't have a lot of them, and I don't need a 2 mana 1/3 because I do have early drops here. Yeah, I have enough early drops here, so the mana worker goes away. Now, do I want to play the tablet? This can get me... Well, basically, it will cost me 2 mana to draw a card, and most of the time the draw card will be land, and you can't choose not to take a land if you have the option to do that. If you see a land, you have to take the land. That's how it works. So late in the... Yeah, it does help with the domain, but it's also like a cantripping thing. Do I want to pay 2 mana for that? I already have a joint exploration here, which I like more because this can also ramp and get you a, a non-land card if you don't need lands anymore. I don't know about the Hexbane Tortoise, but probably don't need it in this deck, so I'm gonna cut it. It's mostly an aggressive card of sorts. Lookouts, yeah, I'm gonna play all the 4-drops out. This is a pretty... Yeah, that's a lot of... Now this is also a 2 mana thing, so it's not only a 7-drop. But I'm thinking about not having the Fire Tornado here. Given my 5 mana cards in here, I'm gonna cut that. And that, if I would cut the tablet now, that would be the 23 cards. in the main deck, of course, I will have option to sideboard into some of these other stuff. For example, if opponent has something that can be dealt with this card and I absolutely need to kill it, then of course I would use 1 or 2 Fire Riders post sideboard. If I need some more early drops, I could play the 1-3, the 3-2, just to have something to play on each of the beginning turns of the game. But I think this is a decent main deck. So the idea with this deck is that it is basically a blue-green deck. I need to be able to access both blue and green early, but given my dual lands, that's going to be easy. Actually, all of them produce either blue or green. Yep. So I'm gonna have a good mana base because I already also have 4 lands that tap for both blue and green. So I guess for the herd migration, because this can get me a basic land. Yeah, I'm gonna put 1 mountain in the deck because of the lightning strike, the battle hymn, and was there some kicker cost? Yeah, this thing has a red kicker. These things have red kicker. Yeah, so just to be able to use this thing to get a mountain to cast my red things. So I'm really on the fence a bit about the tablet. I will be playing 17 lands, so something has to be cut here, and I think it's gonna be the tablet. And then this is the deck. Sun's mana. Bite down. I still have various amount of creatures there. Plus, you can actually combine this kind of, bite down cares about the power of your creature. It's pretty decent with enlist, because with enlist cards in your deck, it's not gonna be a difficult thing to get large high power creature, so to say, because this is an instant, so even if this would be dying in combat, I can still use the bite down after it has enlisted someone. So this is the deck. So the domain, let's do it like, how many things actually say domain in the deck? I want to know. Oops, that's not the way to do it. I don't need to type domain. These cards care about domain. Of course, the big pay upside Jodas Codex and the Nile, which, I mean, this is still decent if you pay like 1 mana to draw a card. 2, it's a bit harsh, but when you pay 1 or 0 mana to draw a card, that's amazing. This, of course, is a big payoff. You want to have at least 3, but ideally at least 4 beasts to make it worth 7 mana. And this is, well, becoming cheaper. This actually is totally fine with just, even in a 2-color deck, you can use the graveyard ability with 6 mana. It's okay. This, yeah, every extra boost will matter for this guy. You will easily get +3 in this deck, and shouldn't be too hard to get even bigger pumps there. So those are the things that care about domain. Then I care about having access to red mana. A few of these cards get better or become castable when I have red, and then other than that, it's just a blue-green, random stuff. I think the domain theme is fairly present in the deck, and the world spell will be interesting to see how that works if I ever get to 7 mana. Alright, so let's put the lands. It's pretty easy to do the land things. Let's see first how many of these enter tapped, because that's a lot. So that's 11 lands that enter tapped. Now that's definitely a cost, but it's a cost I'm willing to pay. I could actually choose to not play all the Tangled Islets, but I have these double blue cards and I need to have access to green early in the game, so it's really not that easy to figure out. I think, because of the amount of 4-drops I have here, maybe I should actually make one change, just for curve reasons. I like the Crusher more in this deck than the Tortoise, but I think I have more 4-drops than 3-drops. I should actually cut one of these and actually play the Tortoise after all. Yeah, I like how this looks curve-wise, so that's good. So now I will play all the lands that have a land type that is not island or forest. So they help with my domain. My deck will of course always have an island and forest on the battlefield. So I could easily cut one of the Tangled Islets just to have more enters untapped lands, and I will cut one. Let's put the blue producing lands here. I mean the ones that produce blue but no green. This is the dual land department. So this is now 1, 2, it's 5 green, 2 blue, and then 3 for both, so that's 8 green, 5 blue. And I will put 1 mountain in the deck for sure. Because of the herd migration. I want to be able to get the mountain. I'm not sure if there was anything else that searches for a basic land. Doesn't matter. Let's take this one. Put it here, for instance. So now that's 6 more lands. Well, I will definitely play, I mean, at least 2 forests, I think. And that's now 2, 6, 9. Well, that is actually 12 green sources. So I don't necessarily even need to play 2 forests. 1 might be enough. And that's now for the blue mana sources. It is 5 currently. So 6, 7, 8, 9. I need at least 9 because of the Talas Lookouts and this thing being double caster. Also the Strider is double caster. Maybe I should cut a forest and put 1 more island. Because that's a lot of green still. That's 3, 5, 6 plus all these 3. Oh, did I miscount some of those? I must have made a miscount. Because that's definitely not... I said 12, did I? Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 3. No, that's 9 only. What did I do there? What did I say? I have like more than 10 green sources of it. Well, that's absolutely not true. Well, I'm gonna play another forest. But the question is... That is 9 for blue. And that is 3 plus 7. That's 10 for green. I mean, 9, 10 is good. And I have also, you know, the herd migration, which I can use to get me an island if I need to have another blue, for example, for this Talas Lookout. So I think this is the deck. I could still replace 1 island with a Tangled Islet or 1 forest with it, but I think I'm not going to have... I'm gonna want to have some number of enters untapped lands, so the number of enters untapped lands... Oh, actually, yeah, there's the Dominaria Coast, which will enter untapped, so that is like... Well, I suppose this is 8 lands that enter untapped. Alright. And 9 lands that enter tapped. Right, well, let's see. That's going to be the deck. And there was the 1 card that cares about having black tear asunder. I have 2 Haunted Mires. Now, I did not put a swamp to the deck, which means that I can't get 1 with herd migration. Now, do I want to be able to do that? I just don't think. So if I would play a swamp in the deck. The thing is that I usually want to save the herd migration just to cast it, if at all possible. So I'm not even going to discard this that often. So I'm not going to put the swamp in the deck. This, the Tear Asunder can always exile an artifact or an enchantment. Then there are some in the format, and then if I get 1 of my 2 Haunted Mires, I can also cast it, unless I choose to play like the salvaged Mana Worker in the deck, which I don't think I want to. No, that's the deck. Okay, I actually had a little break there, and I just realized that during the break that I have only 3 lands that can get me red mana, and yes, I can use the herd migration to get the mountain, which is kind of 4 ways to get red, but I have multiple red cards, I mean 2 red cards and 2 red kickers, so I actually make that, and just to get also an extra way to cast the Terras under, I'm going to cut the Hexbane Tortoise and in the end play the Mana Worker. I was deciding between the tablet and the Mana Worker, but I think the 2 mana 1/3 is decent defensive card, because this deck is gonna be, you know, a late game focused deck, so I need to survive early. So that's it. Okay, so I'm on the draw with one land. I can't really keep this, so let's mulligan. It's fine, and then I don't need this island here. So if you kick this, you get to put a land on the battlefield. Not that I have this amount of land in here, and I don't plan to play this on turn 3. I'm actually going to kick this thing just to accelerate a little bit further. Scry to draw, then put a land on the battlefield. Where the seed 3, so they get a basic land, then a 1-1 and then domain stuff, alright. Can they counter my joint exploration? But I get to scry too, and you know, whatever they are, what they are gonna play might affect that, so I don't think they're gonna negate my joint exploration. I guess there are other counter spells too, but I mean, they are, but I'm not too worried. Sure. Then they will get the domain pump, including trample, so this is gonna get +3/+3 and trample there. Let's see what I find. Okay, well, there's a Terra Asunder, but no black mana. It's not really worth killing the not worth killing the 3D either. It's only going to save me like 3 life points, so I need... I don't need either of these things, so I'm gonna just do this. I would really like to have the Terra Asunder there, but I don't have the black mana, so it's just uncastable with the mode I want to have it available. Okay. This is gonna be 7. I still don't have the red either here. I do have the white, which I don't need. I'm gonna wait for 7 mana. I guess I have to. So let's do this. Sadly, I can't pump it. That 3-2 isn't really gonna do much. Bite down isn't useful. I guess they could actually pump the 1-1 there to make it into 4-4. They would have been able to attack with both, but maybe they attack with it anyway. Yeah, I need some help from the deck now. Drawing lands won't be good enough. Okay, that thing is also... it can give counters to the small guy at least. Red migration, well, I need... I mean, it's only 3 at this point. I could get the mountain, but sadly it isn't going to do much because the lightning strike doesn't kill the 2 things that actually matter in there. Pretty awkward draw because a lot of my lands will be also enters tapped lands, so I can't even cast this thing necessarily even if I draw a land. What I can do here, I can make this into a 5-5 though, and then use the bite down to kill the Zar or Yanen. But if I do it on my turn, this will be back to 2-2 when they... I mean, I need this to be a 5-5 on their turn, which means that they will untap and have a trick available. But given how... I mean, I'm in trouble here, so I have to hope they don't have a trick, because if they do have a trick, I don't think it's gonna help too much that. Okay. May help too much that that I would get rid of this for sure. Now, this will make their instant and sorceries cheaper to cast, but I think they want to play as many creatures as they can. Well, they did not play any other creatures, so hopefully this works before this gets stabbed. It does work. Okay. This is 0 power because it cares about the instants and sorceries in their graveyard. Now they can't even attack with the phalanx if they don't have anything. So this was really good. This will copy a... Okay, the Green Widow is great. Copy a token copy of a whatever thing I might have. Alright, so don't play that. Play this. I need one more. mana to cast this thing. And yes, I could. I mean, the lightning strike still isn't gonna do anything against these 4 toughness creatures, so there's no point getting the mountain. Plus, I do want to have the 3/3 tokens. That's just how it's going to go. Talas Lookout, that's a good one. It dies into a card with a little bit of selection, but I have 2 of these in my deck as well. So I have stabilized now. That's good. That is good. It's gonna take some time before I, first of all, get the red mana, and unless I actually get the mountain with this thing. Now, this might be... Should I do it now that I have the Mystic here? So get the mountain. I guess the 3/3s aren't that great against the Argive and Phalanx either, so... I would then play this when I don't have any other cards in my hand. I'm actually gonna go for it. It's a bit sad, but there go my tokens. Now next turn I can kick this thing, and well, let's just wait with the mana up. The Root Walla will now threaten to be a 6/6. And I think I will... don't want to give them the card right away. I kind of want to just play the Hydromancer, but I can copy the Root Walla too. Maybe that makes sense. Okay, let them have their card. It's unavoidable anyway. And I'm not going to use the Lightning Strike. Token that's a copy of target target creature I control. Sure. So the other card they don't keep goes to graveyard, so I can try to deduce something about the card they kept. For example, if it's a non... Okay, so they didn't choose to keep a 4 mana 4/4 reach. So that's something better they got from there. Okay, so... Oh, this is not an activate as a sorcery. Didn't even realize that. I thought it's only a sorcery, but I mean, it doesn't say. Yep. Let's get it back. Okay, bite down. Sure. Another trick. Okay then. Guess I hope they don't have a trick, oh, but they are having something, so yeah, I mean, I have to go for it. Okay, good, it worked. Now, am I in a position to start attacking? I think I am. A lot of forests, I don't need them. So I have only one red source, so I can't do both of these right now. Yeah, so what does that mean? I don't have a good target for the lightning strike, so actually I'm gonna just do it like this, let them block with a 4 toughness creature, and then I will try to finish off the 4 toughness creature, because I'm gonna discard my hand for this thing anyway, so this kinda just has to happen. Oh, they chose not to block. Interesting. No? case, if nothing else, I'm gonna take the token out. Destroy target tapped creature. So they're gonna scry to... I could prevent it, but maybe they actually play a creature that is worth killing with the lightning strike. It's a bit awkward situation to have only one red source here. Because I will have to use the lightning strike right now. Okay. There's no way I'm not going to kick this thing. Okay then. It's super awkward, but I mean, I'm gonna kick this thing to draw the cards. Okay, I am... That's interesting. I think I'm still gonna kick this because I have so much mana here. Oh no! Oh man. What a fool I am. Yep, I totally... I just missed the fact that I am going to discard the world spell there. Yeah, I would have, you know, preferred to get the saga going on. Oh man. At least the root wall, assuming it doesn't get dealt with, it's gonna be now 5 plus 5 plus 5, so it's gonna be a 7/7. But if they deal with it right now, I mean, that was just... I used the lightning strike because I knew I am gonna discard my hand. I drew the world spell. I somehow totally missed that. I'm going to discard it. Oh man, that's really awkward. I mean, if I'm losing this game, one of the reasons might be that I really messed up there badly. I mean, this looks at top 7 cards, any non-saga permanent cards. I mean, you are gonna get something. It's not, I mean, other than a land there. Okay, the Prodigy is going to be good though. I'm gonna do that first. I still have mana to... So the opponent is having some kind of cards there. But, I mean, some instant speed interaction there. Okay, these are all good ones. The problem with them... I don't know, this, that... It doesn't get through this guy here. So I'm actually gonna take the Battle Hymn here. Can even gain some life there. It will kill the 3/4. I don't have mana both to pump this and use the Battle Hymn, which means that I'm just not gonna pump it. I wonder if I should take the 3 damage before. Okay, well that... No, I'm not gonna take 3 damage anymore. I hope they don't have a way to save it. The Rootwalla is still gonna be a 7/7, so it can actually, you know, brawl with the Ancient here. But if they can save the Jinn now... I think I will be in trouble. Man, the world spell. I would have wanted to. Oh, but this is... Okay, so they killed my Rootwalla, so that's it. That's bad. That's very bad. At least I get some different cards in here, so... This doesn't have Vigilance or Reach, so... I'll try to raise them. I guess I could have left all 3... maybe I could have triple blocked there. Because this Palace Lookout will give me a card, but let's see one more draw. Oh, they have these big things there. Okay, I'm in trouble. Another Lookout though. Okay, so how do I block here? They have 12 toughness total, I don't have... I have only 10 power, so I can't block the Terror. I mean, either of these must be... I'm thinking about, because I probably can attack with the Mystic here. I don't have a lethal counter attack, so I could attack with 5 in the air, that's 11 remaining life for them. Then I jump the Tolarian Terror, and then I have only 8 damage, so that I'm 3 damage short of lethal. So I have to do some blocks here now. So is the Battlewing Mystic going to contribute to the blocks in any way? This has trample. I don't think it is. I can only kill one of them, so let's do it like this. It's easy to jump this guy, but I can... So let's see, if I put all of them on the ancient, I will get 2 cards, I will get trampled 1 point over it, and I will get 5 damage from the terror. I will be at 4. I will get 2 cards from the lookouts. And then I need to still deal with the 5/5. I guess I'm gonna go for that route still. Hoping they don't have more tricks, because of course then I will lose if they have a way to save. Yeah, okay. That's too much. So, same about the world spell, me discarding that. It would have been a totally different game if I mean, I would have netted 2 cards out of this thing. Yeah. Basically netting 2 cards out of this thing. And then on the following turn, or at some point play the Battlewing Mystic for 2 extra cards. That would have been huge. Now, I saw some big creatures, but I mean the 7/7 is... And there's the 4/4. I'm thinking about if I... There's this 4/4. This 4/4. I need to play at least one of these Fire Tornadoes, and I don't need something cheap and... Well... Maybe the Hydromancer isn't gonna be that good here. 7 mana thing. Nope. Maybe I will play 1 Crusher still. Okay, that's the deck, I guess. Yep, this is cool. And now I probably will just play the Mystic as a 2-drop. I'm not going to discard my hand anytime soon. I have this nice thing there. Joint exploration. Well, I guess I could just get a land with this thing. That would be an island. Then I can steal something with this thing. Or I can just play this without kicking it. Play this thing. I think I'm gonna go for the Herd Migration here. Then I can play this Aeronaut. And then if they have the 4/4 reach guy, I can maybe kill it with the Fire Tornado. Yep, I think it's okay. Okay for now. Now they get the priority all the time because this Guardian of New Benelli has the discard ability to make it indestructible, so it's gonna be awkward if the opponent is slow in using their priorities. Right, so now this could give me... I mean, I have 4 of the basic land types now, which means that this doesn't draw me a card, but gives me... Oh, forget about that. That got dealt with. Guess I hope I get the 5th land. I mean, even if it's a tap land, it's fine, because I need it because of these cards I have in here. That's not it though. Can block the Guardian of New Benalia. They will get they will get the domain boost now. It's 3 different land types. It will be a 5/5 trample. Sadly, I cannot I mean, I would have stolen it if I could. I mean, if I drew an untapped land, I would play this at 5 and then I can steal this thing. It's not possible right now. So... I guess I'll just have to hope I draw some lands. Because of course there were only... I mean, I'm not going to play this as a 2-2, which would still steal the sapling, but it's somewhat irrelevant maybe. But I could have played the joint exploration, try to dig into a land. But then I'd rather use the 4 mana for the 2-5 now, even though it cannot re-block right now. They get to scry 2 and they, you know, enlist this token, which is a shame. But this is... No, this is a decent start they have here, but it's not over. Sadly, they had to pair a binding for my Aviso, because even if you don't get to draw a card, you get a very nice selection for your next draws with this domain ability. So I would have liked it to survive, but let's see. Okay, we have that thing, and then I need to draw my... Now it starts to get a little bit awkward. Don't think this is gonna contribute to any kind of blocks. I'm gonna just play this kicked, getting most likely a land here. It would be a shame to bottom a very useful spell, but I really need a land here. Well, there are lands. I don't need a third blue, do I? I don't need. 2 blue is probably good enough. Unless I want to cast this and this at in the same turn, but I think I'm gonna mostly tap out for the Mindsinger anyway. So now I will double block the Elfheim Worm. If they have a tricks, then they have tricks. But I can't take, you know, a ton of damage in here. Oh, if they're gonna attack with the Guardian of New Benalia, that's bad, because that means they can attack into the 2-5. Okay, let's now make them use their tricks. Great with the 4-drop. Okay, that was fantastic. It has Ward 2, so I can't just kill it just like that with the Fire Tornado. But I have my own 5-4. And I can also now steal this thing. That's also something to consider. Make this into 4-4, steal the 2-2 there. Or just play the Worm and block the Terror. I'm gonna do that because if they have like the kill spell, the bite spell, which I saw in the game 1, I don't want them to just kill this with the Terror and then get back their Guardian of New Benalia. I do it like this. And yes, if they are going to attack with the Guardian, I think I will block with the Vinesaber Prodigy. And that means they have to at least discard a card. Because they can make it indestructible. They get the Scry 2 here too, so I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess the Scry 2 is kinda annoying to let them have it. Okay, they had just a land. 2 cards I don't know about. One of them is the Phalanx. That's something I can kill with the Lightning Strike. It's also something I can steal with the Mind Slinger. Now they did scry 1 to top and 1 to bottom. So now what I can do... I can actually just kill this. They don't have anything to discard right now. I can kill this with Bite Down. If I steal this, it's gonna be a 4-3 for me. But there's a problem, they did keep 1 on the top. It could be just a good creature, of course. is really tough. It is really tough. But I have made my mind. I could draw an... Oh, I would need an untapped land. I'm gonna do it like this now. And like this. Now that means I don't have anything worthwhile to steal with the Mineslinger, but I can use the Fire Nado to kill the 4-4. It's, I mean, of course, if this is like the 7-7, okay, well, it can be that too. But it's gonna get close. Okay, if I draw an untapped land, I could steal this guy, because this has to have power less than this guy's power. So I get to scry here, that's actually valuable. That is tapped land, so can I afford to have it? It is a black reducing land too if I draw my black removal thing. I think I can afford to have it. Because next turn I can play Joint Exploration, maybe hit something good. I will die... The problem is I will actually die to 2 attacks from this guy. Do I need to jump it? I think I'm gonna just do like this. Gives me the best chance. Jumping now doesn't make any sense. I can jump it on the next turn. Especially if they just drew a land. But they didn't. They drew kinda nasty stuff, but I guess that only means I have to steal the Cavalier right now. Kick it once. Blue doesn't really matter, I think. Wait a minute, how does the interface work? I wanna kick it so that I will pay 5 mana for it. Alright, so cast with kicker, green, yep, and then do like this. Seems to be working, I guess. And then I would be tempting to attack with this thing, but I can't really do that. Now they are really drawing good stuff there. Yeah, they don't hit. I mean, they scried. Yeah, after they scried 1 to top, they still drew. Both are giving phalanxes where, you know, random draws after that. I have 13 minutes time. Yeah, this is. It's always tough to play when you have such a low life total. You have to be very careful about whether you can attack or not. No, I don't think they can attack now, because I could double block with the Cavalier and the Mystic on the 4-4, and then I can just use this to trade with the other 4-4. Now that was a good draw for sure. I have 1, 2... I have actually... If I want to have blue mana out of this thing, that hurts me. So I don't want to take one damage here, so I'm gonna do this and play the Joint Exploration later on. Now, is there a position... Am I in a position to attack with the 2-1? Because I am actually threatening to deal some kind of lethal in a couple of turns as well. So if I attack with the 2-1, they attack with everything. I can take the tokens. I will double block one of the phalanxes and trade with one of the phalanxes. Although if I double block, they can actually choose to deal all the damage on there. Yeah, I won't be attacking now, because if they play smart, they can... If I double block with the Cavalier and the Talas Lookout, they can say that all the 4 damage is dealt to the Talas Lookout. This dies, they get the Cavalier back. I don't want that to happen, so I need to double block. I can't lose my Vodaling Mineslinger. Okay. So do like this. I need to jump with this thing so that they don't get it back. I get a card from this thing. Yeah, this is fine. Of course, if they just have a pump spell now, I'll lose the game. But I mean, I hope they draw a land at some point. But no, there's a Broken Wings which they are using for that thing there. Well, I get to draw. But that was a good set of draws they've been having. Another lookout though should help me a little bit. Could use this and take one, but I don't. I'm going to 2 already, so I don't really like doing that. This is tough. Okay, this isn't bad at all because I can even get the blue mana from this thing. Right, so can I do it right away? Do I have mana for everything here? I'm gonna play this guy regardless. No, this is gonna. I won't have mana for all that. Well, anyway, this is good because now I can do all the blocks, and hopefully opponent draws like a. They have drawn many spells in a row. Please draw 1 land, and then I can try to stabilize still. Okay, not attacking with the 1/1 is interesting because I think they would have been able to deal 1 extra damage that way. Alright. These Talas lookouts, these are really good. Tear Asunder or the Root Wall. Well, both are really good. I can keep only 1. And I have the black mana for the Tear Asunder. I guess I can kill this no matter what. And this will be great because I do have, you know, the full domain here. So I'm actually gonna take this. Even though the Root Wall is so good here with the activation, giving me so much so much power to it. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna play the Strider, and then I have 2 options. I'm gonna just attack here. They wanna kill this, you know, thing with the deal damage to a tapped creature. Be my guest. Now, if they play a terrible creature, I will not use the Tear Asunder on end of their turn. And I will kill the creature instead. If they don't play a terrible creature, I can just exile this thing because it only costs 2 mana to exile the Prayer's Binding here. No place. That's a good one if the game goes very long, but well, probably won't. Now, I can take 1 damage from this thing, but I think they have the deal damage to a tapped creature, so even though I have a lethal attack here, it's basically not lethal. I'm gonna play this first. No point kicking here. I don't know why I did tap the red mana, that's actually the one I didn't really want to get tapped, but whatever. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna leave the 1/3 to block here, because I'm sure they're gonna kill the Nile there. Or maybe even the Strider, but I think the Nile is. Well, they actually just killed the 4/4. Do they have 2 of those things? Because I'm gonna draw a card here now. Okay, good. So I will rearrange these. So one of these will go on top of my library, rest on bottom. And then I will draw them. I'm gonna do this, and actually I'm just gonna play this thing as well. With the Codex I will be able to draw a lot of cards. Now I just want to overwhelm the opponent before they can find a way to deal me 2 damage somehow. This has trample, so I am going to have a lethal attack now. And I have only 9.5 minutes for the 3rd game of this match. So hopefully it can be a little bit faster. It's always tough to play when you are at such a low life total. You can't just automatically attack. You have to be very careful about the opponent's potential counter attacks, but you also can't just wait. You have to deal damage wherever you can. Now, given their interaction, it's artillery blast. They have this 4 force. And what do I do here? Do I need to change something? Do I need to change something here? I think I'm good here. So I'm gonna just go with this. Try to be a little bit faster. I don't want to lose by not having any time. Coffee is almost warm still. Alright, so yeah, I guess I'll keep this. I at least have the red mana for the battle hymn. I have some decent blue cards in here. And that's again going to be my 2-drop. Unless I want to have this available on turn 3, because either I play tapped land or... Oh, I want to play this on turn 3, so... Let's play the tapped land now. But who knows, maybe at some point it will be the last card I play. I can also have an untapped 4th land for the lookout. This also gains me 4 life now, because I have the white kicker there. This reach guy is very good, because now the Drake cannot attack. So... they're gonna attack with the Cavalier. I'm just gonna block it, right? Actually, I could have played the Crusher. I don't know why I didn't, but whatever. I will get the card from this lookout. I'm happy enough with that situation. I can kill this thing. Okay, this actually looks pretty decent now. I am going to even... I'm gonna kill this anyway before they untap. So can I can start raising. Because I will gain 4 life. Really happy about their block there. I get to just get a card. Yes, take the land, that's better. And I can use the frost, the strider thing. This is the next turn now, thanks to the land there. Actually, this might be the last card I'm gonna play here. Well, they can attack for 3, but I'm gonna take the 3. And I'm gonna attack back. They will get to, draw a card from that thing, but this also, gives me another copy. So, and this will trample a couple of points anyway. This is gonna be a race now. And I don't know why I played the Strider there. There's no... I mean, I should have done that. I thought that I'm just gonna play this, but I think this would have been a better play. But I suppose it's fine. So am I gonna play this for 4 right now, or play this thing? This actually can block the Cavalier, so I'm going to go for this. Yeah, but I think the Strider play was a lot better. Alright, so this is... I mean, I would basically want to have all of these for the very, late game. But I think I need the backup removal spell here now, more than anything else. It is the worst card out of these. But they have those annoying things that I need to be able to get rid of. I'm going to take this just in case. I have stuff I can play here anyway. But yeah, it was a shame to, have these in here. But yeah, these are the kind of stuff I need to be able to kill, so. So I think the Fire Knight was good enough. Now 6 mana allows me to double cast. Well, let's do it then, I guess. Yeah, the Mystic is going to be I'm gonna kick it anyway. It's funny because on turn 1 I was thinking about playing this on turn 2 before I drew the land that changed my plans. Oh, this is Enters tapped. Well, I mean, it happened. It's done. I can take 4 here. But yeah, new cards, especially rare ones, easy to, Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, easy to have like a slightly messed up place, but I think it was still fine. Now I can well, I'm gonna tap down the 7/7 for a while now, and then I'm going to think if I just want to attack. I think I'll try to raise. I don't care if they block with the phalanx. The Jin is a 0/4 for now. I don't think I'm gonna run out of cards. I can steal. How large would the Jin be? I have 1 instant. Okay, and I also have 6.5 minutes on it. Oh, tail swipe. That's nasty. I think they should have swiped with the Argivian phalanx because they would have been able to deal 1 extra damage. It gets +1/+1, but oh, I'm happy they did not. Okay, so now the problem is this is a 7/7 plan. I need to steal the phalanx from there and hope. I mean, I need to land for that actually, and hope they don't have more interaction. And it has to be an untapped land, which it was. So let's just let's hope this works. But they still have something there. But it could be the thing that deals something to a tapped creature. Man, if they get rid of this Mindslinger now, that's tough. I mean, if they have another fight bite spell. I mean, I would like to attack with the Widow, but I have to assume they get to actually get rid of this thing, in which case I need the 4/3 to block the 4/4. I don't know how I'm gonna survive the 7/7 in that case, but I guess this is the moment of truth. It is an instant speed spell, and that's... but okay, they didn't have it at least yet. So now they can't really attack because my phalanx will, you know, go and block. I want to get rid of this as soon as possible, so that my 6/6 is, you know, doesn't have the additional drawback of you know, giving back the phalanx when it dies. Wonder if I'm even going to be able to kick this thing at some point. I'm gonna play all these cards before I'm gonna kick this. Okay. So now I need to also play fast because of the time restrictions. I'm going to attack with the phalanx here because they're probably gonna take the damage. It has vigilance too. And if they block with the ancient, it's even better because I can use the fire nado in that case. Almost tempting to also just attack with the green widow here. Maybe not. Let's do this. So I'm not playing this yet. I'm gonna play the crusher, so I'm gonna do this. Do I want to have the black here? Actually, I might. In fact, because I still have the. I have the spell that cares about black. Plus, it's I want to have the swamp for the, you know, domain purposes. Alright, let's go. So they are having priorities up. I don't know what that might be, but at least I can deal some damage to them. I have still 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in the match at least. So. And this is now a +5/+5. It's gonna be a 7/7 when it attacks, so that's good as well. I'm gonna do this first, because if they have the deal damage to a tapped creature, I want this to already be a 7/7 for that case. And then what I'm going to do here as well is... I could attack with the Crusher, making it into an 8 power thing, but problem is then I don't have a lot of ways to... And that does make them do something. I can still use the post-combat Fire Tornado because I have an untapped 5th land here. Okay, I'm gonna actually go for this. That is at least, I'm offering, this is 15, this is 19 points of damage, so they have to do something. Of course, a simple thing is to block with the 1-1, you know, the 8 power guy, for instance. But let's see what else they have. That's the jump, that's a... Okay, this is nice. Okay, now, if this is gonna work now, I think I'm gonna win the game. And I also lost my... Okay, and third migration, okay. Wow, I think now it's really tough for the opponent to win. Yeah. So actually I could have done next turn, let's see, I played a tapped land and then I have 1, 2, 5, I have exactly 9 mana here, so I could have played a tapped land, then this for 5 3 tokens and then, but then I would actually need 10 mana for that, but I wouldn't have been able to kick this, but I mean the tokens would have been quite nice as well, not mentioning what I have here already. Alright, well that was a match where I had 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the end. Interesting. Okay, that's a quite nice hand. I'm wondering if I should play one of these Battlefield Mystics, Battle Wing Mystics on turn 2, and I think the answer is yes, because you can't really kick both of them. You have to discard the second one when you kick the first one. So it's better to have this 2-1 flyer and then I have the root follows and stuff like that. Okay, that gives me the red mana for this if I otherwise don't draw that. Oh, why? Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is my only... I thought I almost messed up by playing the Javimaya Coast in here, but I actually didn't have any other source of blue, so I had to take the damage from that. Okay, opponent isn't playing much. Next turn I'm going to play the Iron out, so... Well, I mean, this has the threat of activation. I have only actually 2 different land taps because this is not an island. I have a forest and a swamp, but it still threatens to be a 4/4. Maybe that's enough to, you know, discourage the opponent from blocking that creature. Or they will... Okay, well, I can't... Alright. How to do it? Well, yeah, this thing has reach, by the way, so I'm not going to attack with the Mystic. That would be a mistake. So I don't mind if they block and I trade. And then I probably... Oh, we'll see. I can use 4 mana to... Yeah, to get rid of this guy, but I can do this now, and then next turn I have the kicker available for the Terras Under, so I can connect with both of my flyers. I actually have to take another point of damage. This is my only blue source. This could, you know, give me blue, but I don't have time to both play this, and then I couldn't have played this thing in that case. So ideally the opponent doesn't play another reach creature and will lose this thing when I can cast the Terras Under. That's a domain 4/6. That is a card that can get Death Touch. Now this is 2 new land types, so my domain will actually be +4 now. I mean the domain activation for this thing will be +4. In fact, I could attack into the Sojourner. So the other option is to just kill this guy and attack with the flyers in here. Yeah, I think I still like that. I definitely don't mind if they block with the Swarm on the 2-1, but I think they're gonna leave the Swarm up to trade with the Nile by using the Death Touch. Death Touch activation for this thing. Let's see if I have time to use the Codex. So far it's going to be 1 mana to draw a card. Alright, so I get to choose one of these which will be left on the... which I will be drawing. The rest will go to the bottom of the deck. I think if I draw the 2 mana Bite Down, I can get rid of the Swarm here. I don't have a Plains in here for the 5th piece of domain. The Lookout is of course good, but I might like the Bite Down still more, because I can also, at some point have 6 mana and kill this with the Brute Wall. Okay, I'm gonna leave this on top of the deck. So that's gonna get them... Sorry. 2 lands that have basic land types. They go on the battlefield tapped, and then they look at the top X cards of their library where... Okay, so they do the same thing then with this thing. So one of them stays on top and the rest will go to bottom, so they get to tweak their draws. So the next draw they're gonna have is gonna be pretty good, because they have also 4 different land types now. Maybe if they get the Plains, they have the full domain in that case. So this is now 2 domain decks battling it out against each other. But I'm ahead tempo-wise. So this is full domain. They get to look at their top 5 cards and they will draw one of them. So I'm assuming they're gonna have something good in the top 5. So about the Bite Down, do I want to kill the Swarm? I think I kinda do. They probably can't do too nasty stuff with the 1 blue or black. Then I can play the mana work. Okay, I get to tweak my draws here. I can actually... No, I don't have the 6th one. I wish I did, because then I could attack with the Root Wall as well. This way they go down to 8 here. I get to again see 4. I get to choose which of the 4 cards that are on top of my deck I'm gonna draw the next turn. That's also going to be valuable. So this gives me the full domain if I need it. There's the World Spell, which I don't have mana for. This is too expensive. The Green Widow is good, but doesn't do much against the 3/6. I think I'm actually going to take the Beachfront. And now I have the opportunity to play the Mystic without kicking it, because the Codex can actually draw me cards for free. Yeah. Okay, that's a good card, but okay, that thing has reach, and it's going to be a 3. Oh, and battle for... Oh, come, what is going on, hey? Now this is suddenly insanity. So they had no way to block flyers, and now they have 3 ways to block flyers, and this will just trade with the thing, and this will just... Oh man, that was super annoying. Oh no. It's not over though. So first of all, this is going to trade with the Death Toucher. Really awkward. They might block with the Beast Collar too, which forces me to use the Domain ability. Oh, but then I mean, this is a 7/7, so they would have to block with something else too. Okay, so this is fine. I can do this attack. If it trades with the Swarm, then it trades with the Swarm. And then I can, if I don't have to use mana for the Root Walla, which I don't have to do now, that means I can... I can play the Codex and start drawing cards. It's free to draw the cards. Now I have a full domain here. Okay, they choose not to... Yeah, they don't really have good blocks there. They don't want to take 7 either, so... Got rid of one of the flyers, but I have now this, you know, I can draw 2 cards a turn. That is definitely valuable. I only need to deal with the flyer, and I have some removal in the deck. Well, I have used some, but I have the red removal, for example. I don't mean the flyer, but the reach guy. Once I kill the reach guy, I think I'm in a good shape. No, I don't have that many. I have to start jump blocking as well, but... Yeah, I will draw the card to see what's up. That doesn't help me at all. So... I go to 6 now. And I will jump block later. That's how it goes. Okay, that's gonna be good. Let's first draw a card though. Okay, that's good. Yep. I will get the card from the Nile as well. If they block Nile, this becomes a 3/3, but it actually doesn't kill it. So they can choose now which they want to do. Don't kill my Nile, please. Okay. So I will draw one of these 5 cards. Oh yeah. I have an untapped land, so it's... Oh, there's also the Mindsinger, or this is just amazing, but the Mindsinger is... Yeah, I mean, the safest thing is to just take this, right? Because if they kill the Mindsinger, then they get the thing back, but this is gonna be, you know, a lot of creatures. This gives me the win on the next turn, unless they have something crazy good. I will of course attack with everything. And any 2 of my creatures will be lethal. I have 7 creatures to their 4, so they would need to be able to deal with 3 of my creatures somehow. Okay, so Battlefly Swarms. Don't think... How about the Fire Nado? It can kill... Well, it's very awkward to kill the Swarms with the 5 mana sorcery. It can't kill this thing. This is gonna be a problem if they get it early, because this also distributes the counters when it dies, so it's really good 2 mana play. Spinner is... I'm not too concerned about the Spinner, I guess. Is there something I really don't need at all? The Hydromancer is probably my weakest card. I like the Crusher, how it can actually contribute as a big attacker if there's some kind of a board stall. Target creature. Well, I have a bunch of good creatures. Copying something like a Frostfist Strider is gonna be amazing. Or a Talas Lookout. So I think I won't be sideboarding anything because I didn't see too many worthwhile targets for this 5 damage burn spell. Yep, well, I have the Green Widow. I don't have the red for this thing, but if I really need to, I can use the Herd Migration to get it. Okay, I got that thing there, which is going to be able to block this, but I might do the Lightning Strike thing. Okay, I need to lightning strike this guy. And I need to do it on the next turn, I guess. So I can use this to get the mountain on the next turn, and then I will drop the mountain and use the lightning strike. So I can actually play the untapped land right now. And the world spell will be the good 7 mana card when I have used this for just a land. So they will of course get to move the 1 counter away, but it's better that it's 1 counter than you know, 3 or 4. And this thing can sack creatures too. Yeah, I need to do it right away. I guess I could have attacked first. Yeah, I mean, I should have. That's just obvious what I should have done with it. But because I don't mind if they block. Now I can't attack. But I'm gonna try to, you know, go to 7 mana and play the world spell, which is gonna net me 2 hopefully pretty good cards. Looking at top 7 is pretty nice. I mean, that's very deep, and it's a non-permanent, non-saga permanent. I mean, sorry, not non-permanent. It's specifically a permanent card, but most of the good stuff in my deck are permanents. So this thing with 3 mana, they can sack. Yeah, that's a good thing against removal, but it is defender, so it can't attack. This is gonna be a pretty long game. Sadly, they have this spinner for the Nile here, but but I got this one, and it will be drawing me a nice amount of cards, which currently only 1 mana to draw the cards. Well, I can't attack. I'll just play this, and no big deal. I can play the Codex on the next turn, and then they have to. I mean, I will overwhelm them with cards if they can't find a way to deal with the Codex. They are also missing land drops for now. Okay, that doesn't seem like a good card for the archetype. Okay, suddenly why didn't they play anything on the previous turn? What? I don't understand. Anyway, so does this sacrifice? Oh yeah, this sacks a creature, which means I can sack itself. It does require black mana though, which I don't currently have. I'm tempted to steal it. I could steal it now. Then I can start attacking with the green widow, not with anything else. There might be a better thing though to steal. I mean, yeah, I don't think that's gonna achieve much. I'm just gonna play these now and these, and now I will start drawing some cards. It's not like they have good attacks either. They can attack with the swamp for 1, which is acceptable. Yeah, the conscript here. I can't say I would care about that at all. At some point I will find one of my lands that have the swamp subtype, and then this will be free to draw. Yeah, I can use green to draw a card. That's nice. Yep. It's definitely a. It's a board style right now, and yeah, they can use the. Actually, what they can do is with the barricade. Yeah, the cult conscript does work with the barricade. So I think I need to be stealing the barricade, but I really want to have first the black mana, so I can immediately sacrifice this guy. That's the thing. Okay, do I need to? Well, there's the black mana, but now they have a Zara Ojanen, which is. Yeah, that's. Oh, they don't have an island, but this is still gonna put a counter on each creature you control with toughness less than the number of basic land types. So that's currently 3 toughness. So it's actually. Yeah, they have 4, so they would put counters on everything here. Sadly, I don't have the 7 mana to actually steal this guy. That's the case. Well, I start by attacking with my Vigilant Worm, which I think they're just gonna take it. I guess I could have started by drawing a card, but I guess I have to live with the fact they're gonna get all these counters. I wanted to actually get a land there, but oh well. Yeah, this is going to be another long game. 2 domain decks, grinding it out. That's an island now, so they actually get counters. Okay, Tsar will put a counter on itself as well. Now I will just block with the worm, so they will get only 1 counter out of the... Unless they have, of course, some tricks available. That's gonna be a 6/6 with the activation. The World Spell. Not so great with kickers, because of course you can't use the kicker options when you put just stuff from your hand onto the battlefield. So the opponent is equipped with snare spinners and the battlefly swarms. I actually... I mean, if I lose this game, am I gonna need these mystics? Okay, I'm gonna at least discard one of them, because they're gonna go for the... Oh, they just didn't want to sack anything. They get the beast color back, sure. Okay, so then target opponent may sacrifice a non-land, non-token permanent. Yeah, well, I guess I'm gonna play a mystic and sack that. I don't wanna sack the mana worker because I might need the black mana if I steal this guy. Maybe I have to steal the beast color though. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna do that. At least I got a land. Right. So now I could steal the barricade. That's 2 mana, which they don't have currently. Before I do anything, I want to see how they block. I'm gonna attack with this, and I could attack with this, threatening to make it a 6/6. They can double block. It's actually a tough one now. Are they gonna block it? They might block with the swarm, which is wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if they just trade with the swarm. So okay, let's do it. I think any kind of block that forces me to use the pump ability is, you know, acceptable for me. It is. So let's attack with both of these. I'm fine with this trade. Totally fine with that trade. And then guess I can now draw a card. If I can do that though, I have 6. I can steal. I think I will steal the barricade now. I don't want them to start drawing cards, that's the problem. And then if I get to untap with the mana worker, I can actually sack the barricade itself if I want to. So I have 1 mana up here. Blue. Yep, I can do the kicking. Let's see what I draw. Crusher, sure. And then I will do this and kick this for green. Oh, freaking. Okay. I was gonna kick it. How many misclicks can you make? I'm gonna play this. Oh, no, actually I'm gonna just sacrifice this thing. Yeah. Oh, it would have been so sweet to take this and sack that. Oh man, that's such a horrible thing. I'm still doing this because I'm not gonna kick both of these. I'm only going to kick the one that is the final one. Alright, so I mean, it would have been so much better to actually steal this and make this into a 4/4. That's also a thing. This, I mean, well, I said what I'm gonna do, I clicked the wrong thing. That was me not really figuring out how the interface actually works. Now the thing here is, of course, that even though that was an annoying mistake, things are going very well for me. I have the codex active, this is gonna be happening on the next turn, so I'm still totally in the game, but they can climb back using maybe the barricade, and I don't know. I guess they can't just keep doing it. It is a nice little piece of synergy with the cult conscript. But as long as I can keep attacking with the worm, because they need to make some kind of blocks here. And this will be a very large creature. When it attacks, I can enlist it into a 6-5 or something. But yeah, world spell. They get to return though. Okay, they have their own recursion stuff going on, or card advantage granting stuff going on. So there's another swarm here in the game. Okay, now they go for the attack then. So of course going to block it now with what? Guess they can choose which one of them they are gonna trade with. This is gonna be a grindy game. Well, I can tap out for this thing, or I can keep drawing cards. And once I have 8 lands, I can play both these. And yeah, I think it's better to keep drawing cards, not miss out on the extra cards at all. Okay, battle him. Does that change anything? Sadly, they still have the swarm there, but I can kill the spinner. Yeah, now yeah, great. I just made them, kill this thing. Oh well. I can attack. I would really want to just kill the beast collar as well, but now I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna kill this now. I guess I need to just get rid of all of their ways to block my flyers, and then because I have the lookout coming up, now I can just attack. So if it trades with the beast collar, so be it. Might even... Well, let's see if they are gonna trade with the beast collar and then give the swarm additional counters, because that's a thing that might happen. But if they don't, I think I'll play these just, without kicking it. I don't really need the extra 2, because I'm gonna draw so many cards with all this stuff. So if they're gonna have a 2/2 flyer against my 2/1s, but let's see, now they do the block there. They of course get it back with that thing. Yeah, it is pretty awesome. Keep getting back those creatures with this. Now they choose to keep the swarm. Yeah, well, that means I don't really know if I... Am I gonna be able to kick this anytime soon? Because this is gonna be a lot of... I have so many cards here. I guess if I do hit a spot, I might, hit a streak of lands, and then I will have nothing else than this in my hand. Currently, I'm not going to attack into a 4/4 flyer with 2/2/1s. If I had removal for this, yeah, then I would have played it. I don't. So they can do this thing again, return whatever they're back. Yeah, they have a bunch of recursion there. That is tough. But I mean, I'm drawing 2 cards a turn by only paying, you know, 1 mana for each extra card, so I'm in a good shape. And maybe I'm actually able to cast the world spell at some point. If nothing else, I can, you know, overwhelm the board with creatures and then just attack, and they won't have enough life to block everything. Because that's where it's gonna go down to in the end, if I draw 2 cards a turn, and I have this stuff here. I still have, you know, the thing that taps down their stuff. Another reach guy. Okay, so they definitely have a bunch of ways to deal with my flyers. I need to think that when sideboarding. Think about that. Now, yeah, sadly they still have the 3/5 in there, which means I can't attack with the Green Widow, but I can draw a card. And then with the untapped land I can play the world spell. Finally. Finally get some value out of this. Now this is gonna dig very deep. I get to basically hit my good stuff here now, because I get to look at my top 7 twice, and I have 16 cards in my deck, so I'm gonna get the 2 best cards out of the remaining deck. So here I have this is only copying creatures, not sadly, not sagas. Anyway, the Strider is the really good. The Sunbathing Rootwallow is good too. I mean, all of these are pretty good. I can only keep one of them. I think I like the Strider more. I can try to push, do some kind of an offensive there. Nope, there is no attack because of this down 3/5. And they can now sack the Cult Conscript. Yeah, they have their stuff going on for sure. I'm also going to be the player who's going to take out first, so I need to assemble a board presence that allows me to attack for the win. So this is annoying as heck. Only lands or this, but of course the lookout is still very good, so I'm happy to have it. And now, yep, I'll just keep drawing cards. I don't have a swamp yet, so let's pay 1 mana for this thing. Next turn I can put 2 cards from my hand onto the battlefield. Question is, am I going to... No, I have only 4 mana here, so actually just play the Lookout. Sadly they do have, I mean, I really don't like the fact that they got another way to block flyers, because otherwise I would have a very good attack going on here. Because I can tap down one of these. But I guess I can still do it. So with this saga I can put the Strider and the Crusher on the battlefield without paying any. I guess I should have this stop in here. Yeah, I have to win with there, because I will draw a card before this resolves. So let's do that. Okay, this is good. Oh yeah, this is gonna copy the Strider, isn't it? Wow. Don't think I need to land on the battlefield. Nope. Yeah, this is great. Tap this guy. And tap the other guy. Yeah, this should be pretty, unless they have a actual kill spell through the ward too, but which they don't. Now I can just attack for a lot in the air. I can't attack with anything else though, but this is going to be 8 damage in the air, and then this won't untap yet. I think I maybe even should play the Mystic here. This is actually tough. They can gain some life whenever they have creatures enter the battlefield, they get to gain life. So they have some amount of life gain here. Next turn I can also attack with the ground guys here. Drawing 2 is nice, but I will draw cards a lot here anyway. Oh, they have an extra life. They didn't want to give me an extra card though. Oh, but they also gain 3 life. Now that is relevant. That's relevant for sure. I think I'm gonna not kick this. I have here still 8 power in the air, but they have only 3 blockers on the ground as well. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers here. But they have some life gains. This thing gains them life when they have. Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult calculation for sure. Yeah, I can discard a card, no big deal. No, they went straight to chapter 2, which makes no total sense. So they get the snare spinner. Yeah, they have ways to block my flash for sure. But now I have full information. This enter is tapped. Anything that changes there. So we have Wineshaper Prodigy. Well, I mean, I don't have any activity abilities in here I need to be using. Nope. So let's kick this thing first. I think I have a lethal attack, but I want to cast this. Bite down. Well, that's gonna be it. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is lethal, I'm sure. I'm just trying to figure out. Sacrifice a creature. I'm gonna kill one of their guys. My biggest power is 4, so I can't kill anything that has more than 4 toughness. So yeah, I'm winning here. I don't want to mess up in any way. I'm gonna actually just kill the snare spinner here. They get to draw a card, but if I now attack with everything, this is gonna be lethal, right? Well, it wasn't by much, only 5, but that is still enough. Okay, what a grindy match again. Okay, final match then. Let's see if this is gonna be as long as the earlier ones, and am I gonna continue making annoying misclicks? Because if I didn't misclick, I mean, if I could have stolen the defender there, the 3-5 from there, I think I would have been able to win much faster. I'm going to keep this. I don't have the black for this, but I can kick this at 5 mana. I have this, and opponent mulligan there. They kept. Oh, they mulligan enough to just not care about. Well, I didn't see anything, so I have to just do this without sideboarding, of course. At least I know I will be on the draw here, but I'm guessing that doesn't affect my sideboarding. So that was fast win. Opponent had to, I guess, mulligan into Oblivion, and then they didn't want to, you know, try to even see if they have a chance. Okay, so here, let's take. I'm gonna need. No, I have a double blue already because I drew the Tangled Island. So I'm gonna wait with the migration. I'm not going to wait with that though. I will play a 2-1 flyer, hopefully getting some damage. And then... yeah, I don't need extra lands now. I have a double green, I have a double blue, I have all the land types except for plains, and I don't really benefit from plains too much. Okay, I'm gonna need to bite this guy down, which I can do, of course. This is to allow them to loot for free. That was a good draw, this bite down for sure. So yeah, you could play this as a 3-2, but I don't think it's gonna contribute much. I'd much rather, you know, use it to copy something like a Frost Strider. Sorry, for Frost Feast Strider. Yeah, 3-2. I mean, they play anything. I can't do anything with the 3-2 after that, so there's no point. I have the full domain, by the way, once I play the grow here. So they haven't done much. I mean, they didn't play anything, any instant either. Interesting. Don't have much either myself, but who knows, maybe they have like a handful of SS scatters in there, but they get to start using them. But this will be now 5 3-3s. Look out, that's a good one. Okay, they don't have blue up, so SS scatter won't be a thing. So I can actually quite nicely... oh, this is... oh, the SS scatter is a thing because of the tight turn, but let's see. That's not what they are having there, so this is good. Get to continue attacks. Next, this will enter untapped, so herd migration will be full set of 5 3-3 tokens. Or I can, alternatively, if they tap out, especially if they tap out, I can copy the Strider here and by kicking this thing. But I think, I mean, something like a negate can counter this, or there are also regular counter spells, you know, blue and one generic mana to counter a spell. That is something they can use to, it goes to bottom of my deck when they kick this. So that was a 4 mana removal, but because of the ward cost they had to pay 6, and now this is gonna be such an amazing turn because pretty trivial. Against a tapped out opponent I can just play this, and now they need an actual mass removal spell, and I don't actually recall what are the mass removal options in this set, but if there are any, they clearly didn't have one in their hand. Okay, so that was a little bit different deck. My previous draft, the first one I uploaded, was the blue-black deck with instant and sorceries theme, and this was just a blue-green deck with a, I would say, a pretty heavy domain theme, because for example in the second match the Jodas Codex did a lot of work, and sunbathing root walls when the games drag, and these are just gonna be a, you know, it's basically a 2-drop that can trade in the early game and then threaten to be a 6-6 or a 7-7 in the very long game. Other than that, yeah, this is just so much value, such a cheap card, and then the domain ability is just good. Even and like I said earlier, even you don't even need to have a heavy domain theme in the deck to make this a very good card. Yeah, and I got to play the herd migration, I guess, a couple of times, and also a couple of times I got a mountain with it to, you know, use the lightning strike, which I needed to get rid of something annoying. So a pretty nice deck. The mana base is a little bit, I mean, that's interesting in the domain decks, because of course the more tapped lands you play, the slower your curving out will be. But I had a bunch of 2 mana plays though, so I could easily, you know, play a 2 mana spell on turn 3 and a tapped land, for instance. But I guess the main takeaway is that if you are playing the domain deck, you can't really easily play like full even 5-color deck. It's usually 1 or 2 main colors, and green is gonna be pretty much always one of them. And then you want your dual lands to be such that they tap for one of your main colors, and then the other color can be the domain contribution. So for example here, did I have like a I had 3 blue-green duals and all the rest of the lands tapped for either blue or green except for the one mountain, so I had a very good mana base for blue and green, and then as a bonus I was able to get this domain stuff going on with the price of playing a lot of Ender's tapped lands. Alright, well, that was it, and I will see you in the next video then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.